Hi everybody, welcome to Line of the Week number 148, Motive Development Using Melodic Rhythms. This week's line deals with syncopation. Syncopation can be created by accenting certain beats of a measure which normally are not accented. We often think about rests as creating breath and phrasing in lines. We could, for example, play a string of eighth notes and then rest, play another string of eighth notes and then rest, and so on. My point today is a little different. Rests also create syncopation by emphasizing the offbeats. You could play today's line just connecting the notes without the rests and without syncopation. But the conscious use of rests really gives the line a different character than it otherwise would have. Before I get to the line of the week, and so we're all on the same page, here are the chords to the progression we're using. The chords are C major 7 to E7 to A7 for 2 measures, then F major 7, F minor 6, D minor 7, G7, C major 7. In addition to the standard notation, tab, chords, and chord scales, I also include the hammer-ons, pull-offs, left-hand fingering, and right-hand fingering. I include the left-hand fingering, which I modified from Tim Miller's 2-1-2 approach. I include the right-hand fingering in case you're interested in the finger-style approach that I use. Here are the chord scales I use. I use the notes from the chord scales for 2 things. First, as a source of notes for improvising, and secondly, to determine tensions that are available for voicing when comping. The chord scales I'm using are G pentatonic to F melodic minor to E melodic minor for 2 measures, to C major to F melodic minor to C major to A flat melodic minor to G pentatonic. Here's some melodic rhythm I'm using this week. This motif is from Jerry Bergonzi's book Volume 4, Melodic Rhythms Used with Permission. You'll notice the syncopation in the rhythm, which carries over to the motif and then the motif development. Here's the line of the week with Guitar Pro backing I use to make sure I'm getting the notes and the rhythm accurate. So let's look specifically at the line of the week. In measure 1, you've got the original motif. In measure 2, you have a variation of the original motif, meaning the same notes, different rhythm. In measure 3, you've got another variation. In measure 4, you've got a rest. In measure 5, you've got another variation. In measures 6 to 7, you've got an eighth note extension in measure 6, leading into another variation that you see in measure 7. And then finally in measure 8, you've got what I could refer to as a fragment of the original motif, since it's just a part of the original motif. So that is all for this week. Thank you very much for watching, and we'll see you next week.